Welcome to the Raising Confident Girls podcast, your guide to raising strong, confident daughters. I'm Melissa Jones, the founder of Girls Positivity Club and a teacher for over 20 years. In a world where girls often feel overwhelmed, anxious, and confused, this podcast is your go-to space. As caregivers, we navigate challenges together. I founded Girls Positivity Club to provide a place where you belong and get the tools to face today's hurdles. Consider this your regular check-in with a trusted friend, offering insights and practical tips for meaningful conversations. I'm here to help you feel confident on this journey of raising a generation of empowered girls. Let's dive in and raise those confident girls together. Hey everybody, it's Melissa and welcome back to Pep Talk Friday. This one is for the parent who keeps replaying conversations in their head. And let me tell you, I am that parent. I have to stop myself from doing this, and it is the hardest thing for me, especially when I know I have not done the right thing in a certain thing that I've said, or I made a mistake, or something backfired. And this is for the parent who, you don't have to be exactly like me, but the parent who walks away from a moment, I've done this so many times, thinking, did that help or make it worse? I was trying so hard to support her. Why did that land wrong? Or why did that not go the way that I expected? And if you have ever left an interaction with your daughter feeling unsure, this pep talk is for you. There's a quiet kind of pressure that comes from parenting thoughtful girls. You're paying attention, you're choosing your words carefully, you're trying not to say the wrong thing, and sometimes that makes it feel even heavier. Because now it's not just, how do I help her? It's, how do I help her without messing this up? And I want to tell you something important right away. You do not, and I have to say this to myself all the time, have to be perfectly saying things to be a good parent. So you do not have to say it perfectly to be a good parent. And the fact that you're even thinking about how your words land with her tells me that you're already doing something right. But here is something that parents don't hear often enough. Connection doesn't come from saying the exact right sentence. It comes from being willing to stay in the moment even when it's uncomfortable. Or sometimes it's leaving the moment after it's not getting better. Like that happens for me all the time. Sometimes I feel like I say too much and then I just keep making it worse and worse. And I'm like, okay, I should have just stopped and left the situation and just approached it later in a different way. But that's okay. That's something that we learn as we go, right? Because we're not supposed to be perfect parents. And your daughter isn't measuring you on precision. She is feeling for safety. So she's noticing, are you calm? Are you still here? Are you listening even when it's messy? And that is what sticks. So a lot of parents I talk to, and again, myself included, worry that one wrong phrase will undo everything. Like, if I encourage her the wrong way, will she just shut down forever? Or if I say too much, I'll push her. Or if I say too little, I'll miss my chance. And a million other variations of this too. And what I think the deepest one for me is like, have I done something that's damaging our relationship long term? And that can feel so heavy to think about all those things. And the fact is, that's a heavy responsibility to carry. And it's not actually how relationships work. And I have to remind myself of this all the time. One imperfect moment, or however many imperfect moments, because we don't keep track of those, doesn't break trust. What builds trust is repair. And I am a big advocate for repair, a big advocate. Showing up again is repair. Softening your tone is repair. Saying, hey, I'm here. Let's come back to this later. That matters more than getting it right the first time. And repair doesn't always look like you going back and apologizing for things. It can be, sometimes that is the case because we might handle something in the wrong way and we might feel like that's necessary. But it also can look different ways too. So, like I said, it could be showing up again. It can be softening your tone the next time, or coming back and softening your tone when you try again later. It can be just being there for her and telling her that. And if you've ever walked away from a moment thinking, I should have said that differently, here's what I want you to know. Your daughter isn't replaying it the way you are. Like when they tell us something that's gone wrong and they keep replaying the thing, they keep replaying it and we don't see it that way at all. So it's the same thing, only reversed. Your daughter isn't replaying that whole conversation the way that you are. She's not cataloging your words. She's absorbing your presence. And presence doesn't require perfection. And you're going to have those moments that happen and you don't know, it just goes off the rails for whatever reason. And it's not always your fault. It could be the way maybe she's had a day where she's felt a lot of emotion, and maybe you coming in and, talking in a way that you normally do sets her off when it really had nothing to do with that. And you didn't do anything wrong. It just was something she was going through. And you can come back and find out what was happening later. And so I also want to speak to the parents who feel pressure to fix things quickly. And I've been there too. The one who jumps in because silence feels scary, because struggle feels urgent, because watching her be uncomfortable means your chest feels tight. And that instinct makes total sense. But support doesn't always mean stepping in right away. Sometimes it means holding steady and waiting, letting her feel what she's feeling without rushing her through it, letting the moment unfold a little longer, trusting that you don't have to rescue her to love her. And that kind of steadiness teaches something powerful. I can handle hard moments and I'm not alone. If today has been one of those days, or one of those weeks even, where you're second guessing yourself, try reminding yourself of this. I don't have to get this exactly right to be exactly what she needs. And I say that again. I don't have to get this exactly right to be exactly what she needs. Say it quietly if you need to. Write it down. Come back to it later. Because parenting isn't about delivering the perfect line. It's about being a consistent presence. And you are doing that, even on the days it doesn't feel clear. And before we wrap up, I want to leave you with one last thought. Your daughter doesn't need a parent who never misses. She needs a parent who stays connected, who keeps showing up, who keeps listening, who keeps choosing relationship over performance. That's what builds confidence. That's what builds connection. That's what builds trust. That's what lasts. If today feels heavy, let yourself put some of that weight down. You're not failing. You're not behind. And you're not doing this alone. I'm right here with you, and you're doing better than you think. Thanks for joining another empowering episode of the Raising Confident Girls podcast. Share today's insights with caregivers and friends, building beautiful relationships with strong girls. Hit subscribe so you never miss an episode. We're not just a podcast, we're a community. Follow Girls Positivity Club on social media for more empowering content on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, and YouTube. This podcast empowers you, supporting incredible girls. Let's create strong, beautiful relationships with the girls in our lives. I appreciate you listening today. Stay confident, stay connected. Until next time, keep raising those confident girls. You've got this.